Empowering Women Through Microloans by Shreya Kiran. You're probably wondering what a microloan is. A microloan is a new concept. This relatively new phenomenon was created by Muhammad Yunus. This concept won him a Nobel Peace Prize in 2011. Muhammad noticed that women in his village in Bangladesh were often caught in a cycle of poverty. Women were not able to get educated because of cultural and circumstantial reasons. They often got married at a young age and had limited power in their domestic environment. Any outside forms of charity often clashed with cultural norms and were met with hostility. So Yunus devised a program that started at a community level to help women gain upwards mobility and independence, thus allowing them to innovate in their communities. How are microloans used today? Women who make more money at home are able to support their families sustainably. Their children can get an education, and women are not financially dependent on their husbands. Not only are women enabled to make businesses, they connect with other women in their community in ways that were not presented to them before. A prime example of this community building level empowerment is the Gulabi gang in India and Bangladesh, who are a group of women who fight domestic abuse. You might be wondering why impoverished women in particular are a good target group for microloans. There are 3 reasons. First, women are a huge untapped labor force. They can really be used to both help themselves and others around their community. Second, studies have shown that women have statistically better track record when it comes to repayment. Thus, this increases the potency of microloans. Third, women have the most to gain out of a program because in village society they have the least opportunities yet a strong conviction to help their families. Ties to HCP. My HCP paper covered how women were incentivized to leave the country because of push and pull factors. But what if these factors were eliminated by the home country by improving opportunities for women? That way, a woman would not have to leave the country to help out her family. Not only will the family benefit from having a mother at home, but also the community via connections and empowerment. Thesis and how I will structure my advocacy paper. I will start my paper with the solution to HCP, which will state that at-home improvements will help incentivize migrant women to stay in the country. Here's my thesis. Since women's are untapped labor pool, in comparison to charitable handouts, utilizing microloans to mitigate poverty makes sense on both the financial and practical level. It empowers women, allows for direct use of money, and provides sustainabilities for the long run. After my thesis, I will go over 2 case studies that prove microloans are effective in empowering women. Here are 2 case studies I will go over, and here's how each is significant in adding to my thesis. My first case study follows the misuse of charitable malaria nets. Malaria nets were found used as fishing nets instead of bed nets. This is not only bad for the health of the population, but the chemicals from the bed nets also poisoned fish and worked its way up the system where it poisoned humans as well. A solution to this misuse of charitable donations is giving microloans to women in the region, and this not only keeps them out of illegal activity, but it provides them with sustainable means to help their families for generations to come. My second case study follows the first application of microloans in a village in Bangladesh. Since there are few opportunities for poor women who are often confined to family compounds, providing microloans allows women to provide for their families and help their communities. Microloans mandate weekly meetings with women to innovate their communities. So, not only are they able to support their families, they can tackle issues in their communities such as domestic violence and animal abuse. A result of microloaning in